Okay, hey everybody. I hope everyone is having a relaxing Sunday afternoon. And this is unexpected. I decided to show how to make the see-through pocket tags. I had done it yesterday, and so I thought I would give it a go and try to do it today. And I hope my camera's doing good here. For you that don't know, my name's Diana. I have a group on Facebook called the Misfit Journal Maker, and had some issues with video over there, so decided to try YouTube, and so far it's been really great. Haven't had any problems whatsoever. Over there I had my camera turning off, I had the sound going off. It was crazy. But as I'm just starting out here, if you guys like what I do, and if you enjoy my videos, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe and give me a thumbs up, and just help me get going over here. So anyway, yeah, what you see is what you get with me. I'm pretty much I pretty much follow my name. I have a lot of mishaps in my videos, but I guess you guys can laugh along with me. So anyway, so we're going to go ahead and start. You're either going to need a piece of cardstock, or you can print whatever you want to use on cardstock. I love this vintage music paper, and I print it on my coffee dyed paper and then put it on the cardstock, just because I think it makes it look way more vintage. And that is something that I really like. Now, for the see-through pockets, you know how we get all the stickers and all the whatnots? I keep all these little plastic things, and I haven't known what to do with them until I saw a lady use them to do what I'm going to show you guys. Now, she had a sewing machine. I don't. I'm hoping at some point I can get a small sewing machine that does a couple stitches. Zigzag and straight would be fine with me. So I had to adapt this, and I had a lot of issues with one of the pockets because, if I can find it here, I'll show you the ones I made yesterday. Okay, these were the ones I made yesterday. Get my tea out of the way here. And this pocket here, I went all the way around with the paper. The reason I did that is because she sewed it, and so it was nice and, you know, secure, and it gave it some strength. But I didn't have that luxury, so I had to glue it. It was a pain to glue all of these around here and actually not have glue all over the see-through and just have a big mess. It was a mess. I cleaned it up, and somehow it came out okay. But this one, you can try to do it like I did and just outline the whole thing with your paper strips. But if you have a sewing machine, don't. I mean, do it with a sewing machine. She actually does all of hers with a sewing machine. And you know what? I'm so sorry. I can't remember her name right now. I will try to put it in the comments. But, so yeah, so that's how I kind of went around that. And she did not put any kind of, any tabs or anything on her little bookmarks, but I had some velvet, and I decided to go ahead and use it. The colors kind of went with it, and it was pretty, so I wanted to do that. And then I used the eyelet, I guess that's what they call this trim, which I really like. It's a fairy journal, and that kind of goes with the theme, I think. Now, this is the one I'm going to show you how to make today. This was so much easier, and it was not, it just slides in and out, but it doesn't really go anywhere because of the band here. So you don't need to sew this one. And it worked out really well. So I didn't choose to put any kind of tabs on my little cards here. But this is what I'm going to show you how to do today. So hopefully we have it all worked out. I did add some stickers on here so that if you take yours out, you have something pretty to look at. So this is what we're going to do today. Okay, so first you want to measure your pocket, and you want to make, oh, another thing I was going to say, if you don't have those little things from the stickers, and you have access to the pocket, what they use for baseball cards, trading cards, etc. If you have these, I had one that I cut. Now you can only get 2 out of 1 page because one of them is going to be open all the way around, or 3 sides will be open. I didn't want to mess with that. But this one here is the same as what I'm using. That was from stickers, I believe. And so you can just go ahead and use this and make a smaller one. It's a little thicker, which is nice. But it's an alternative if you do not have like all these papers you get from your stickers and all your whatnots. So that is a way you can go. Okay, so I think we're still going here. I'm going to take my cardstock and, well, actually we'll do this after. I'm going to cut the top off of this first. And see, sometimes it's got that little sticky thing across there, and I really don't want that to show. This one does have it, so I'm going to cut that off. And I am going to use the guillotine because the other cutter that cuts up and down tends to really shred different types of materials. I don't want to cut too much off, just that one edge there. So let me go about right there. Perfect. So now we have our little bottom part. Okay. And just set this aside because I'm not done with it. So here's our little bottom pocket part. Well, this is going to be covered, so it doesn't matter if it has anything on it. And I just want to make it the part that's going to fit inside the bookmark part. I'm going to make it a slightly smaller so it goes in and out easily and does not get stuck. So I'm going to mark it right about here. And let's see. This was a good size, so I'm going to go up to save myself a lot of trouble and just take it out. I like this one, so I'm going to go ahead. I have three signatures in my journal that I'm working on, so I'd like to have one in each section of each signature of the journal. And that's just me. I don't know. You don't need to do that at all. I just sometimes get in the matchy mood. So anyway, okay. So I'm going to have to cut it off this way first because this is a small guillotine and it's not going to go all the way. Now I want to make sure that this is the right height. It's not going to matter if it's not, it's still fine. Okay, we'll put that piece aside, and then we're going to go ahead and cut off the excess here. I just got this guillotine, and I'm really not 100% comfortable with it yet, but it is wonderful compared to those other sliding ones. I have a lot of trouble with them catching in the paper, leaving ridges, all kinds of crazy things. So I just prefer to use this now when I can. Okay, so now I'm going to, I think it'll work. Yeah, I can cut off the bottom. I'm going to do myself an easy here. Okay, so this was a piece I was using as a journal, page in my journal, and I just decided to, I love to print on coffee dyed paper. It just comes out so cool. And sometimes the printer has an issue with it. Most of the time it's just fine. This we're going to have to cut with the other cutter because it's too big. But yeah, it makes a really, really cool looking page to print on. For almost anything so far. I love it. All right, I don't like this cutter. I've said it a million times. I am not a fan of it at all, this Surcut. But other people might love it, but for me, it catches my papers, it drags them. That's even on new blades. I'm surprised it went so smoothly there. Even with the new blades, it's a nightmare. But I've heard other people say that about other ones, so maybe that's just part of this cutter. I don't know. If anyone knows of a good cutter like that doesn't catch, let me know, because I would really love to replace it at some point. Okay, I have got to get myself something plastic to glue on, because I am just like going through my copy paper. I'm about to get my mat all full of glue and put it on other things. So, one thing with this paper is I don't want it to have all the ripples from the wet glue. So I'm going to use Scotch Create glue stick. Now, if you can get your hands on this anymore, that's awesome, because I cannot. I have been trying for probably 6 months. And they send you this now. It used to say Scotch Craft glue stick, and I noticed they changed it to permanent. It doesn't say Create anymore. I don't know if it's the same formula. I haven't used this yet. I'm using it my old ones first. But I'm a creature of habit. This stuff works great, and I don't like changing. So, but I believe they don't make it anymore. So it's kind of a bummer. But anyway, I'm using this because it'll be really flat and nice once the paper goes on. Okay. Make sure you get your corners and the bottom, the edges. That's the most important. Okay, and I'm going to get this out of the way for a second. And then line this up, hopefully. Hopefully I can have like a non-catastrophe day with my ephemera, because I really have a lot of issues this week. And I did cut this a little big, but that's okay. We can trim that off. So see how nice that is? It's just like no bubbles, no nothing. Okay, that's what I want. Okay. Now, don't want to glue in the same spot. And it is over, so I'm going to cut that off, but it does not matter at all. So I'm in California, Southern California, and it is dark and rainy, and it's not a very nice day today. And so I figured it'd be a good time to do a video and get some work done on this journal so I can get it finished. The lady's waiting for it. And so yeah, there's days like this I really like, but at the same time it doesn't help with videoing because it's a little bit dark, but I think we'll be okay. So there you go. And it's not any, I don't see any, maybe right here. But yeah, this stuff is good stuff. So I've tried all kinds of other glue sticks, and I don't like most of them. I haven't tried the Yoo-Hoo. I think that's how you say it, U-H-U. Some people really like that, so I think that might be my next one I'm going to try. Because it's got the other best reputation out of so far what I've heard. I don't use anything Elmer's because it just seems to come up no matter what I do at some point. So I've seen people using Elmer's Clear, and I wonder about that, but I have not done that one yet. Okay, I want to cut this, but I don't want it to catch. So, see what I mean? Awesome. This thing is just really sharp. Cuts really nicely. Now, one of these sides was too long, and I was going to cut it off. This one. Just because. There we go. You got to make sure you hold the plastic plate down, and that makes it cut perfect. That came out really good. Okay. So next, let's check out and make sure we got a good fit. Watch, I did. See what I'm telling you? I can't measure, guys. I am the worst measurer in the world. I don't know how some of these people do perfect videos where everything fits. And, oh, God bless you, but I'm not. I'm just not one of you. Oh, no. How could it not? Yep, it's a little bit too big. All right, here we go again. I always get nervous when I keep cutting. Let's see. Maybe right about here. All right, now let's check. Okay, now we got a perfect fit. That's what you want. Okay, I guess I'm put this away for a minute. Actually, no, I need to use the other cutter for that. Okay, so now we're going to take this out, okay, and we're going to make the part that goes around. This is too big, so we're going to have to cut that. And let's see, I can't remember. The sizing is up to you because you know how big you want your bookmark to be. Also, what size your little acetate or whatever you're using. I suppose you could use vellum as well. It just wouldn't show through as much. I think this is 1.5 inches, and I think it needs to be 1 inch. That's over 1.5 inches. So I'm going to cut that off. This scares me. Okay. Ah, that's what I mean. Can you see this? Hate this thing. Let's try a different piece. Maybe it will be okay on here because it's bigger. And I just changed this blade. So, oh, good grief. This is too thick, and I don't have another one printed. So, oh, I'm afraid to try it. Let's try from this way. Okay, I know you all have to have some kind of issues with something and can't be perfect. Okay. Now, let's see, is this still going to be, it's still going to be a little bit big, but you know what? I don't know if I dare try to cut it anymore. I just don't want a great big... I'm going to try one more time, you guys. I don't want a big, huge piece, and I don't want a small piece around the top. But we're going to go for it. Oh, my goodness. Yay. You just never know what this thing's going to do, I'll tell you. Okay. So now we're going to take this. And we're going to fold it and try to get it as even as possible. This might be a little too big still, but that's okay. Got glue all over my fingers, which isn't helping. Okay, let's see. Alrighty. I'm going to get my bone folder and just... I see some pieces where it's a little off, but it should be okay. And my tea, make things happen. I don't know if you can see my mug. I'm not going to turn it, but it's my favorite mug. Hits the spot. A day like today is made for hot tea. Okay, now you have to when I did this, I did not wrap it around. I just glued it down, cut it off, and then glued the other side. I'm not going to try wrapping it around. Okay, so here we go, fighting with my glue bottle. I've got to get on Amazon today and order some, if anybody knows of some really good small precision glues bottles, let me know. These, I can't get the glue to come out of them. I have tried pins. I have tried everything you can think of. And I don't know what is blocking them. But they worked really good for a while. But they just are done now. And this is just, too much glue comes out. And this is what I always use, art glitter glue. It's not cheap. So I don't really... I don't really like it when I end up wasting it because, yeah, it's not cheap at all. But it works fantastic. So I don't want to give somebody a journal that I'm afraid is going to come apart. That would really not go over well. So, okay, and then I'm going to cut off the extra. See, now I've got some glue coming through here. I want to do everything I can to keep the plastic free of junk. Okay, so I'm going to cut this right there. And then we're going to turn it over. And this is where we're going to use this other piece of plastic, extra cardstock. Make sure we don't have any things sticking together there. Okay, so then we're going to do the next part. Okay. Try to line it up the best I can. Oh. Actually, let me take this off. I'll put it back on in a second. Okay. want to use this because until it dries for a few minutes. Yeah, see, where am I? I think I already got glue in there. I don't want that. Yep. Wait a minute. Oh, good grief. What am I pulling apart here? This is why a sewing machine is like bomb here. Because you don't have to worry about all this. I think I need a little more glue. Yep, just a tad. Okay. But there's so many things I love that I see other creators do that do use sewing machines. I just try to adapt it and do the best I can without it because there's some really cool stuff out there. And we're going to just leave that for a second. This glue dries pretty quickly. But there's such awesome creators out there. Like, I learned from Pam at the Paper Outpost, Gail Agostinelli. I hope I'm not butchering her name because I love her. Nick the Booksmith. Just tons of people. I mean, I'm like a YouTube junkie. And I want to find the cool stuff and I want to create the same, or I like to tweak stuff. A lot of times I will find different things, and if I like it and I end up making it sort of different or in a different way, and that's fun too. So anyway, we need to pull this up now. Okay, and glue this down. I guess you could do it without this second piece here, but I did it because I felt like it would just be a little bit more of a reinforcement. So I left it. Okay. Just a little glue. You don't need much. Okay. Now, while that's going to glue aside, and I also thought of something afterwards. You could use washi tape. And I had this, and had I seen it before I used this, I probably would have tried it because it goes, the colors go, and washi tape would be so much easier. You just could wrap it around the whole thing. So yeah, that's, now this lady did not use washi tape, but I think it's a great idea because you don't have to use the glue and risk getting glue all over your little pocket here or your vellum or whatever you're using. So washi tape is a good alternative if you don't have a sewing machine as well. And we're going to take this and we're going to take, there's a 1/2 inch and a 1/4 inch. And because I have to be my authentic self, this is another item that I would not recommend buying. And I know I would get arguments from a lot of crafters. This is heavy. It's really heavy. And there's some out there that are as big as an ink pad. And they have 3 different sizes on them. And they're just so much. I bought this years and years ago. And I would never have chose to buy it now. Because it's just, it's big. It's awkward. It's just not, I just don't think it's practical. And it takes up a lot of room. So, you know, if you don't have a lot of craft space, this is not something I would buy. So, I'm just putting in my 2 cents there. You guys, you can take my advice or not, but I just like things that are more compact and easier to use. And that's just not one of them for me. So, I'm going to take this and we're going to, and this part you can totally skip, like I've said in my other videos. I always do distress on my items. And I have different colors, but this is, this one here is Vintage Photo, and that's my favorite. And it's pretty much my go-to. Now this one, this has a lot of green in it, and I could have went with peeled paint. That's another one of my favorites. of Tim Holtz Distress Inks, which is this one. And this would have went really well. So I don't know, I still may use some of that, but for right now we're just gonna use the vintage photo. I found a place on Etsy where you can get most of these for $4.20. Amazon, wow, they're up to over $10 for ink. So I'm gonna write a note for myself to put the Etsy link for this person that's selling it for so much cheaper. And I noticed Amazon prices have just gone sky high. I'm on disability and I need 2 new knees, so I have to watch what I spend, and I just can't afford Amazon anymore. And last night I was on Temu because there had some really awesome prices, but I haven't been on there in probably a month or so, and their prices have all shot up too. So yeah, I wish I could go to the best place that I ever got stuff, and I collected for years before I actually got into like really getting serious about making journals, was yard sales and thrift shops, the little mom and pop ones. I don't shop Goodwill. They're too expensive, at least here in California. And I used to work for them, and I don't like what they stand for. So I won't purchase from them. I did get tons of good deals on half-off days at Salvation Army. That was a good place to go. I've gone to church rummage sales back in the day, and garage sales, yard sales. Those are where you get the best deals. Estate sales maybe, but I found estate sales to be pretty pricey unless it's maybe the last day and they just want to get rid of stuff. But those I pretty much stayed away from. This is still wet, so we're going to put this back. So yeah, those are places I picked up my stuff from, and hopefully mine will last out for a while still, because I can't shop anymore, which is a bummer. I miss going out. I haven't shopped in probably maybe 5 or 6 years. I haven't been in a store, and I hate online shopping. Just hate it. So it's not my idea of fun at all. Okay, so we're going to get an eyelet. These, I will tell you, I'm sorry, I just like to give like little kind of tips and tricks. This little thing here is from Walmart. It's $1.24. I love these things. I have 4 of them. They hold everything great. They're nice and sturdy. They have a nice, you know, the clasp. They don't come undone. And so this is a good thing for your charms, for your eyelets. I have brads in here. I have the little bookends. So yeah, this is a great thing. And that's also, I don't have a lot of space, so I try to buy things that don't take up a lot of space. Speaking of, this is another thing I hate. But I don't think I know how to use anything else. So I put up with it. It's so heavy. This has, let's see. What does it have? I forget. Anyway, it has a small hole punch and a large hole punch. I can't remember what size they are. The good crafter that I am, I really don't know. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to use the big one. And I'm going to try to get in the middle here best I can. Give it a good punch. Oh, not bad. And I'm going to take my little eyelet, stick it through, and then on this guy, you put the little part that has the flat part goes down, and the other part goes up, and then you pray. And it worked. I'm going to try it one more time just to make sure that it's really... Okay, so we've got that without too much hassle. I'm shocked. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and my best friend Jennifer picked this up for me. Anyone who wants some eyelet, it's hard to find, but when you can find it, it's awesome. She picked this up at the dollar store for me, and I love it. She gave me, I think, she found me about 4 colors, and I just love using this. And so that's another little tip for you, which you guys probably, a lot of you already know. But I'm lucky that if I need something, I can say, hey, can you check this out when you're in the store? And she's awesome. So she will look for me and pick it up, because on Amazon and everywhere else, they were charging like $7, $8 for that piece. And she got it for $1.25. So I try to pass those things on. It's not easy to get through the hole, though. This is how this one went through. Last night I had some trouble because it's so like wispy. Okay, a little bit long. I'm going to cut just a little off. Okay, so we got that done. And now I wanted to use these 2 images. They're a little bit similar, but I love all the flowers on this one. So let's see, is this dry yet? Feels a little bit damp, but hopefully it will be okay. Okay, so now I need to fit these to here. And I'm going to have to cut a bunch off. Now I got little green things all over. So last night I was listening to a lady on Facebook, or not Facebook, YouTube. I was watching her do one of her how-tos. And this lady, this is her idea. And I've got to find her and put her up on my list for you guys, because she's made my day yesterday. She's from Scotland, I believe, and she just had me laughing so hard because I watched the video on how to do this, and then YouTube just kept playing her videos, and the woman is so funny. She just had me laughing. And she said, I'm trying not to get my knickers in a right old twist. I'm telling you, that just had me rolling. I've never heard that before. And yeah, it was so fun. It was a rainy day yesterday too, and just listening to her and watching her was so fun. And that's one thing I love about YouTube is you get people from all over the world. And it was just, I don't know, maybe it wouldn't be entertaining to somebody who has heard these expressions before or whatever. But yeah, I just thought she was a hoot. And so anyhow, she did this a lot better than I'm doing. So, okay, I'm going to round the corners on this. I'm going to use the 4th. Okay. And then I'm going to, you know what, let's try inking just for the heck of it, because it doesn't really matter. I'm going to get my green my green dauber thingy here. And you know what? I gotta show you guys this just because I have never seen anybody show it before, and I'm loving it. This I did get on Amazon. Okay, it has all the little pads for the different color inks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it has 10. And it's great because all you do is you flip off the color here and you get your color that you need from here. And the ink doesn't go anywhere. You just unscrew the top part or whichever section you want. You take the little pad out and swap it out and put it back in. So you get this plastic thing. It's all full of sponges. So you get all a sponge in each little compartment. They send you this little dauber thingy plus an extra one to go on here. Well, actually there was one on here and an extra one. So it gave you a lot of 2 extras. And I think it was around $9. But I have 2 now. And it's wonderful because otherwise you've got ink everywhere. And from your little... So that's just my tip for the day. That is one thing I am so happy I found on Amazon because it's a wonderful thing not to have ink everywhere. See, now I love peeled paint. Yeah, you can see that, but it just doesn't show up as much as the vintage photo, but we're going to use it anyway. So we'll do this one and the other one, and we're almost done. Okay, so I'm not going to put any type of any other pull tab on this then. We're just going to leave that one alone. Okay, now I got to cut this one to size. And let's see. I'm going to cut it about right here, see if it fits. It's going to be a little bit thinner, but that's okay. Hey, not bad. Okay, now I like the flowers, so I'm going to cut it off from the top. And let's see. Right about here. A little more. Okay, that fits good. Okay, and then I'm going to round the corners on this. I'm going to do a 4th again because the 4th is a little bit smaller. Okay. And we'll ink this one in green again. Yeah, that green is pretty. I really love Tim Holtz inks. I was lucky enough last month to find somebody who was selling them for brand new ones in the package for $3 each. And I picked up 3 of them and I was like, oh, it's Christmas. I always do the back too. And it would have been nice if this paper was coffee dyed, but it's not. It's fine. It still can be written on. Okay, so put this aside. And we are done. So This is a little bit thicker than this one. The band part is. I need to put a little blue there. Actually, I think I like the thinner band, but it's okay. It works good. And so I decided to do the fairies on this one because I had done flowers here. And the one last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a flower over the top here. And grab myself some tea. I'm going to have to nuke it. It's already cold. I talk too much. Okay, so let's see what we got here. These were an Amazon buy too, and this was great. These are for this huge entire bag was $9, and I've used the heck out of them, so that tells you how many was in there. I don't know if they're still $9, but they were. This one, I don't even know if I should put a flower. Maybe this one. Yeah, I can cut off. I'm going to cut off some of this. Let's see. Yep, kind of like that. These are a trial to get, most of the time, yeah, I got it pretty good. Sometimes you sit here forever and you cannot get them off. No matter how hard you try. Yeah, see, then when you pull the card out, you have a pretty there to look at. I like that. Okay. And then we're going to go over here, find something different. I'm telling you, crafting and journal making do not make for a good nail polish. It's so chipped. Need to redo it. Let's see. Nope, that's not light enough. Gotta find something white, I think. I know there's some different white ones in here I liked. See what I mean? They're just packed full. That's kind of cute. It's too light. It's not dark enough. What about this? Nope, it's not white enough either. Okay, where's all the white ones? Here's one. Now that's really not that dark, but I like it there. I mean, it's not really light enough, but there was some other white ones. Let's see, you don't want to take up all your time looking for flowers here. Maybe I used them all. That's very possible. Here's some. Let's try this out. No, that's too big. I kind of like this just right here. I think I'm going to go with that. Even though it's not very bright, it kind of just fits, even though it's a little bit, cut a little more off. Yep, I like that there. Watch, this one doesn't want to come loose. Come on. There we go. See, they're not too bad. Okay. And just wanted to go right there. I like that. There was really no flowers there, just like foliage. So just gave it a little something. All right, you guys. I hope that I was able to kind of make this a little bit easier to do. If you have a sewing machine, you are in, and it will probably take you far less time to do than me. So that's great. but I just wanted to show you because I really love this idea. And I know a lot of people that make journals save everything. So probably a lot of you have these little pieces of plastic. And so, or you could use acetate or vellum. So there's other alternatives for that. And you can use the washi tape for the band, which is a great idea. And so anyway, I hope everyone has a beautiful evening. And like I said, if you could please help me out and give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel since it's so new. I'm trying to get it going. And if you want to, come over and show us what you've done. I love to see other people's projects and what they come up with, their changes and their styles. I think that's really fun. I just love seeing what other people create. So if you want to come over to my Facebook group, like I said, it's the Misfit Journal Maker. And love to have you. And you guys have a great night. Until next time.